and his wife, Jamie Dempsey Butcher, love basketball and they love cheering on the local teams. Every March, Josh and his family enjoy watching Southern West Virginia basketball dominate the state tournament. Let's do it again this year, and remember, vote Butcher for judge. Paid for by the committee to elect Joshua Butcher, Merle Dempsey, treasurer.
Are you looking to find the right home for your family, or are you wanting to list your property? With over 80 years of collective experience in serving Southern West Virginia, there is no one better to trust than Hometown Real Estate. We're knowledgeable in market trends and can assist you in finding buyers or sellers. Please reach out to our home office at 304-752-5570 or contact one of our professional sales representatives.
When looking for that special place for your next event, you might want to consider the Logan Country Club. You won't find a more beautiful setting or better service than right here locally. The Logan Country Club, located in Chapmanville, offers a wide variety of services such as weddings, parties, business meetings, and catering. They have a spectacular golf course for those who enjoy a day of golf. The Logan Country Club is always excited to welcome new members at any time. The Sunday lunch buffet is open every Sunday from noon till 3. So come out and enjoy some of the finest home-cooked meals in Logan County, right here at the Logan Country Club. Shayna O'Brien Thompson is seeking your vote for circuit judge for Logan and Mingo counties in May 2024 for one of 2 Logan seats. Vote Shayna O'Brien Thompson, your choice for a fair, respectful, working circuit judge. Paid for by the committee to elect Shayna O'Brien Thompson.
Hi, I'm Chris White.
And I'm Stephen Wolf. And for the last 10 years, Wolf White & Associates have been representing clients injured in motor vehicle wrecks, medical negligence, wrongful terminations, Social Security disability, and real estate closings and transactions. We've recovered over $10 million in verdicts and settlements and over $10 million in real estate closings. So, when you need a win, give your local law team a call.
Judge Sabrina Deskins would appreciate your vote this upcoming election to be held in May. Judge Deskins is running for circuit judge in the newly formed 11th Circuit, which combines Logan and Mingo counties. Judge Deskins has 10 years judicial experience and the only candidate with years of experience in both Logan and Mingo counties. Vote Judge Deskins, the right choice for Logan and Mingo Circuit Court, paid for by the candidate. Giovanni's of Logan. Visit the newly renovated restaurant and convenient drive-thru. It is the Italian place to be. Call today 304-752-9030 or check out their specials online at giovannislogan.com. Vote Butcher for judge in the newly combined Logan-Mingo circuit. Joshua Butcher and his wife, Jamie Dempsey Butcher, love basketball and they love cheering on the local teams. Every March, Josh and his family enjoy watching Southern West Virginia basketball dominate the state tournament. Let's do it again this year, and remember, vote Butcher for judge. Paid for by the committee to elect Joshua Butcher, Merle Dempsey, treasurer.
Are you looking to find the right home for your family, or are you wanting to list your property? With over 80 years of collective experience in serving Southern West Virginia, there is no one better to trust than Hometown Real Estate. We're knowledgeable in market trends and can assist you in finding buyers or sellers. Please reach out to our home office at 304-752-5570 or contact one of our professional sales representatives.
When looking for that special place for your
Opportunity to be here. Father, we ask you to watch over each and every one of these young ladies as they go on the court tonight and play with the best of their abilities that you and your Lord bless them with. We love you, we thank you, and no matter the outcome, we give you all the honor and glory. Which of these favors we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mountain Dreams Media for tonight's matchup between the Chapmanville Regional High School Lady Tigers and the Mingo Central High School Lady Miners. I'm Kyle Spalding. Joined today on for color is Anitra Ellis. And Anitra, first thoughts going into this contest between these two teams, both two tough teams in their conference, and this sectional championship being in Chapmanville. What do you see going on today?
Yes, Region 3, Section 2. Let's see. I think it's going to be a battle.
And starting lineups for both teams for Chapmanville: Lara Evans, Jaden Mahone, Haley Fleming, Daisy Farley, and Hannah Miller. For the Miners: Addie Smith, Gianna Akers, Delaney Grimmett, Carrie Ann Bradford, and Jaden Bailey. And a turnover quick caused by the Tigers. Chapmanville will take possession.
Yeah, just like we discussed here before the tip-off, we had Hannah Miller there forcing a 5-second call on Addie Smith, and we knew with the starting lineup that's probably what she would be in there to do to defend Addie. So good job by Hannah there.
As Farley swings this one to Fleming, left side, gives it back up to Farley, fakes the three, drives in, wide open floater is good to get Chapmanville started off tonight. And Chapmanville, as you just said, not starting J.C. Blair tonight, going with a smaller lineup just to cause pressure on this team as we see them getting that double team trap, and Larry Evans with the steal quick for the Tigers and put them up 4.
Chapmanville's coming out really aggressive tonight, getting after the ball, playing good defense, and just taking good shots.
As Miller with the steal into the hands of Fleming, almost stolen away there. Looks like she got pushed, no call. Farley will give this one back up to Fleming, swing over to Mahone, and look to Evans off the screen. Brings it back out top to Farley. Farley in the ISO. Back over to Fleming to slow this thing down.
It looks like Mingo Central is in a 3-2 here. It's a good choice by Coach Kim there because Chapmanville shoots the ball so well.
And almost stolen away by the Miners. Farley will drive in strong, draw contact, floater no good off the backboard. Mingo going the other way. Chapmanville already dropping into that trap.
Yes, even when on missed shot, Chapmanville's pressuring the ball. So they really want to get after it and jump out and get a big lead here.
And if you've watched the Tigers play in these last few games, they've really been working on perfecting that trap against Poca and Winfield. And so far, we're seeing it get active early here for the Tigers as they force one out of bounds off the foot of Fleming.
Just about a minute and 30 seconds in the game, and I think they have 2 to 3 steals already, so definitely working so far.
And Mingo looking to inbound. It will go out into the hands of Grimmett. Grimmett swings out top to Smith. Smith snatches back, drives baseline, pulls a step back 3, no good. Rebound fought for and saved. Back into the hands of Smith.
Chapmanville's definitely going to have to limit shots. So you notice they play good defense there, but got an offensive rebound, and Addie was able to get another shot up. So they definitely got to limit possessions, limit to 1 shot.
And Chapmanville going the other way with it after Smith's floater is good. Fleming right corner. Mahone on the cut, off the backboard, just hard, no good. Rebound grab by Smith.
And they're pressuring her. There's 3 people around her right now.
And Fleming able to get a hold of that one, but she will just barely step on the line, so Mingo will stay in possession on their side of the court. And like you said, Chapmanville, this pressure defense, it's hard to get by, especially when they run it so well. Not only do they trap every play, but they also play the passing lane on every option that they have in the backcourt, so they have to sling it up court to get the ball anywhere.
Yeah, and Chapmanville's in a man-to-man defense here early. So we'll see how that works out. I imagine a lot of screens and moving because, Addie Smith, that's what they do for her. And Mingo Central, the other players are going to have to be able to knock some shots down because they're going to throw body after body on her.
And Farley with the block, rebound grab by Mahone into the corner for Farley. Fakes the shot, bounce pass out to Miller, tosses to Fleming at the top of the key for 3.
Bang.
And it is good coming from Haley Fleming. Not a lot of shots you see her taken from behind the arc, but starting off 1 for 1 tonight is the steal from Miller. And it looks like Mingo took a timeout before the inbound, and head coach Christina Gore is upset with that call.
And it's super loud in here, so she probably did call the timeout. Just very hard to hear because these crowds are into it. Chapmanville has an awesome student section here. Mingo doesn't have one, but we know Mingo fans are passionate about basketball, so this is an awesome environment here tonight.
And for those that have been going to the last few Chapmanville games, if you've been seeing the crowd, it's not been a very packed gym, but tonight here in the Danny Godby Gymnasium, a lot of blue near us here for the Mingo Central Miners, but Chapmanville flooding this gym with orange tonight as we see both sides completely packed. And like you said, it's getting loud early, 7-2, Chapmanville leading with 5 minutes to go coming out of the timeout. And I can see why she's so upset because that's a huge steal right there. You've got a lot of possessions. Fleming hits a 3. Miller comes away with a pass for a wide open layup, and now you're just within 5 when you could have cut that lead and had momentum.
Absolutely.
As the lob pass stolen again from Mahone into the hands of Farley, out to Fleming. Look for the shot, but we'll give this one up to Miller. Back out top to Mahone. Drives inside. Doesn't kick it out. Goes up strong, but unable to finish on the layup. Evans back for another steal. Bounces to Miller inside of Mahone. Fakes it. Goes up and in for the Tigers.
Mahone able to capitalize that time after missing that layup, but Chapmanville, they're on it. I mean, they've missed a couple layups early, too, and so if they continue to play like this game could get ugly pretty quick.
And pressure defense coming once again. Another turnover forced by the Tigers. I believe that's 5 as we will see J.C. Blair checking in for Mahone. And just tell us about that defense, what you're seeing. Like I mentioned a little bit ago, they trap so well up close and draw the lane from the backcourt, so they have to sling it up court.
Absolutely, and the thing about it, Chapmanville shoots the ball so well on offense, but on defense they're so long. So really, the only way to get out of a trap is passing, but Mingo Central, I think, is having trouble seeing their teammates to make a good pass because Chapmanville is so long and athletic.
And the shot no good there from Farley. Fleming gets the rebound, drives in. Floater just a little bit hard. Mingo trying to break this press. And Hannah Miller all over Addie Smith. Euro step, gets through the defender, but no good. And the rebound will be tipped out of bounds off the hands of Blair for the Tigers. So the Miners will stay in possession of the ball. And it will be, it will not be Smith on the inbound. It will be Delaney Grimmett looking to get this one in for Mingo. Kicks it out to the wing for Akers. Back into the hands of Grimmett, but another turnover forced by Chapmanville. Just can't do anything offensively so far, trying to get going, but so far for the Miners, Addie Smith is the only one that's been able to get a shot up so far.
I believe you're right about that. It's just tough. Chapmanville's playing excellent defense, which is leading to some good opportunities on offense.
As Fleming lobs this one into the corner for Blair. Will swing it back out top. Into the hands of Miller. Evans leaving the high post. Going right corner. Looks like they're going to try to find her here. Takes the shot. Back out top to Miller. To Fleming. Fleming over into the corner for Farley. Just missed Blair on the back door, and it will be a foul on Mingo Central. And like you said, offensively and defensively, they're great on both sides of the ball, but one thing about Chapmanville, this defense has really picked up in the last 5 to 6 games of the season as they came together and just connected, got the chemistry down. But offensively, they score so well, you can't afford to let them get in that defense setup because they score like we see almost there from Evans' 3 attempt. Doesn't miss too many of those.
Yeah, and, it's just tough. It's a monster. You kind of got to do everything right to beat a team like this. And, Mingo Central still hanging in there, though. They're doing what they can to get going here, and so. But here's this pressure again, pressure on Addie Smith, and there they go. They break it, and so.
And that's what it comes down to for Mingo. But the double team coming from every direction. Evans able to get a hold of that one, trying to make a move here. Spins through 2 defenders, and it will be a travel called on Evans. A little bit of contact there, but no call from the official.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I think she kind of spun into the pressure and took a couple of extra steps there.
I agree. So. As the defense split well there from Grimmett, drives in, drops it into the hands of Akers, but the floater no good. Goes back up with the layup, off the mark, rebounded by Fleming in transition. We have a 3-on-3 fast break, now 2-on-3. Drives in, kicks it out to Blair. Little handoff. Blair ready to fire off the front of the rim. No good. And Mingo into the hands of Smith to save that one.
And this is the first time we've seen Smith with not having 2 defenders on her when she's bringing the ball up the court. I know she's probably feeling that already.
Oh, yeah, for sure. As she drives into Miller. Floater over top of Fleming is good. Fleming just a little bit late on the charge attempt. Referee lets that one go. And like you just said about Smith, we've seen her score the first 4 points of the night for Mingo. Chapmanville trapping her because they know so far she's their #1 ball handler. They've got to keep that pressure on her to keep this lead. As Mahomes looking to check back into this contest. Fleming, top of the key. Mingo staying back in that low 3-2. And Miller looking to set this thing up. Over to Evans, back to Miller. Going to swing this one left into the hands of Blair. Evans back to Blair. Over to Miller. And one thing about Chapman, we've seen ball movement create so much for this team is Fleming with the strong drive. Unable to finish, but Farley there to save that one.
Good rebound by Daisy. Extra possessions, we always want those.
And Fleming, once again, if you haven't seen this girl play many times, that floater from anywhere on the free throw line and in, 9 times out of 10, she's going to knock that one down as she finishes that one with another steal in the passing lane coming from Fleming. And Chapmanville in transition, up into the hands of Evans, fakes the shot, wants Blair on the cut, can't give it to her. Fleming drives in, Miller over to Farley, wide open in the left corner, hard off the back iron. Just lost that one in the air. Evans able to tip that one out, and Fleming handoff. We're going to slow this thing down. Evans wasting no time to fire from deep, and no good, but an over-the-back call will come on Daisy Farley. So the Miners will take possession.
It looks like both teams are struggling a little bit on offense, getting some shots to fall. Chapmanville, they have an 11-4 lead just because of their defense, and they're getting some shots and extra shots under the basket. So I look for these teams to settle in and start making some baskets and push that score up here a little bit.
And Fleming with the tip on that pass, no good. And like you said, Miller, when she's in the game, that pressure defense is a whole lot more up in you. They're pressing every time. She subbed out just now, instantly dropped back into man-to-man instead of pressing, but only one possession. Miller's checked back into the game. It looks like Gore's going to keep her in for every defensive possession and try to take her out for offense because you don't see that girl take too many shots. And Grimmett hands this one off to Smith. Snatches it back, going to slow this thing down and probably hold this one for one. Trying not to get that 5-second call. Screen coming from Akers. On the roll, wide open is Akers, and
Beautiful
she finishes.
pass. Beautiful pass by Addie there. And she's got to be able to do that. She's got to be able to see the floor and get other people involved because she definitely cannot do it herself. But that was beautiful there.
With 3 seconds remaining, Fleming chucks this one up from deep, off the rim, no good, and that will end the first quarter here with Chapmanville leading Mingo Central 11-6. And we will be right back here on Mountain Dreams Media with the second quarter of action.
Butcher for judge in the newly combined Logan Mingo circuit. Joshua Butcher and his wife Jamie Dempsey Butcher love basketball and they love cheering on the local teams. Every March, Josh and his family enjoy watching Southern West Virginia basketball dominate the state tournament. Let's do it again this year, and remember, vote Butcher for judge. Paid for by the committee to elect Joshua Butcher, Merle Dempsey, treasurer.
Are you looking to find the right home for your family, or are you wanting to list your property? With over 80 years of collective experience in serving Southern West Virginia, there is no one better to trust than Hometown Real Estate. We're knowledgeable in market trends and can assist you in finding buyers or sellers. Please reach out to our home office at 304-752-5570 or contact one of our professional sales representatives.
And we are back here on Mountain Dreams Media for the second quarter between Chapmanville and Mingo. Chapmanville leading 11-6. Kyle Spalding on play-by-play. Anitra Ellis on color. And Anitra, take us through some of the recap of that first quarter, what you've seen from both teams.
I think a little bit of nerves here. It's the sectional championship. The shots are not falling. I said they would settle in, and there you go. Alara Evans proves it with the 3 there to get going here for the second quarter.
And another steal coming out of that press. Miller and Evans on the double team into the hands of Mahone. Miller drives in, drops it to Mahone on the cut, trying to get out of that double team. Mingo fans want a wall, but Evans on the right corner for a 3, no good. Rebound saved by Miller into the hands of Farley. Finds Mahone inside, trying to get loose from this double team. Goes up, unable to finish, and Mingo with the rebound, trying to get out of this press. And Chapmanville dropping back and getting set up here.
And Mingo's lucky to get out of that one without some points scored because they just kept giving up rebound after rebound. And good drive there.
Smith
not able to capitalize.
Layup no good, tipped out, back into the hands of Grimmett. It was tipped, so she will save this one in the backcourt. Fleming putting pressure, and the body call there from the official will be a foul on Fleming. And I'm not sure if I agree with that one. It was a little bit of a bump, nothing too major to call in my opinion.
It was quick. It was definitely quick for what we've seen go by, but, you know, the referee calls it. It's a foul. No real foul trouble for either team. Haley has 1 foul and Daisy has 1. And then just for Mingo Central, Gianna has 1 foul. So.
And Addie off the pass, pull-up jumper over Miller, hard off the back rim. Fought for by Evans. It's a jump ball. Referee quick to call that one, and it will stay in possession of Mingo. And as we were discussing during the break, Mingo struggled so far in this game to get through that press, but once they get into a setup offense, that Smith pick and roll is going to be your go-to to draw that double team. She's just got to be ready to drop it off, as many teams have not been prepared to do against Chapmanville, which is why they work so well in the passing lane.
Yeah, and she did that one time very well, and they were able to get a bucket off of it, so maybe they can get that going.
And Fleming fakes the drive, kicks it out to Miller. Miller to Farley, wants the shot, but she will slow this down. Lob pass, cross court to Mahone. Evans wanting that in the corner. For Mahone, slowing this one down. Lob over to Evans, drives in through every defender, goes up strong, no call, rebound tipped around, and Mahomes will save this one for the Tigers. Euro step, cross court. Evans baseline, bumps the defender, goes up over top, no good, and another rebound for Mingo.
Once again, offensive rebound by Chapmanville, not able to capitalize though.
And as we've seen in many other games, they've always been the team not only to press on defense, but they crash both sides of the glass. And the shot for Smith in the corner, just short. Rebound saved by Akers, but blocked by Mahone. And that one is stripped out of bounds by Smith, so Chapmanville will stay in possession.
Early 8-point lead for Chapmanville. Shots are just not falling, but this is a very, very defensively heavy game. So, you know, it may not get more than a 8 to 6 point lead here.
And if you're Chapmanville, you can see clearly from what Mingo has displayed. They're trying to run everything through Smith, and she's taking most shots. As Fleming in the corner is good, and 2 for 2 for Haley Fleming from behind the arc. 2 for 3 after the miss, after the buzzer beater attempt at the first, but don't really see her take too many threes that often. And Mingo will take a full timeout here. So with that being said, we will take a quick break on Mountain Dreams Media and be right back with the final 5 minutes of the first half.
Looking for that special place for your next event, you might want to consider the Logan Country Club. You won't find a more beautiful setting or better service than right here locally. The Logan Country Club, located in Chapmanville, offers a wide variety of services such as weddings, parties, business meetings, and catering. They have a spectacular golf course for those who enjoy a day of golf. The Logan Country Club is always excited to welcome new members at any time. The Sunday lunch buffet is open every Sunday from noon till 3. So come out and enjoy some of the finest home-cooked meals in Logan County, right here at the Logan Country Club.
And we are back from that timeout from the Miners. Chapmanville leading 17-6. Double digits here for the Tigers. As Mingo looking to inbound, ball goes into the hands of Akers.
Mingo just set up a different press breaker there, and it worked. They broke the press easily. Turnover here, though.
Almost, but saved by Smith. And a foul called on Farley. Tried to get a hold of that one and just bumped her a little too hard there.
That's going to be her second team foul for Chapmanville this quarter. Now, that can make it interesting.
And I'll ask you, because we've discussed this with a lot of the people here on Mountain Dreams Media, that new rule in high school basketball where there's no 7 fouls one-on-one bonus. Now it's automatically 5 fouls in a quarter, double bonus. How much does that affect the game now? Because the team gets 5 fouls early in the quarter, it can change the entire outcome of the game.
Absolutely. I think I like it because, you know, whenever a game is close at the end, the 5 fouls is a little bit easier to get to. But I feel like some, too, that makes the referees swallow their whistle a little bit more because they don't want to be in a bonus to, you know, make the game a little bit longer.
And it makes the players try to play a more realistic defense instead of knowing I've got fouls to give. I can give a few here or there. Teams play a lot more concerned on defense and conservative. Yep. As Fleming with the floater off the backboard is good, putting Chapmanville up by 13.
Yeah, missed a person that was open on the backside there from Mingo Central.
As Bradford at the top of the key here, guarded by Evans. Evans giving her space into the hands of Smith. Lob pass on the cut to Grimm, that almost stolen away, but she saves it. Tries to bounce that one as she's falling, but Evans with the steal. Miller in transition, pushing this one up, will slow it down and give it up to Mahone. Mahone wide open with the shot, doesn't shoot it, tries to find Blair on that backdoor, but the defender cuts it off. And we're about to see some of that Chapmanville ball movement here. As Fleming wide open in the corner. Has the chance to go 3 for 4 from the line, and another 3 from Fleming, putting on a display here for the Tigers.
Bang, and Haley has really got it going early. She has 12 points, I think, out of the 22, and that's really what you want to see. Alara Evans is obviously the leader on this team as far as offense and things like that, but, you know, when you can get somebody else like that going, you know, that gives you more chances to be successful. And it's not really just about this game because obviously this game matters, but both of these teams in the sectional championship is going to go to the regionals. So that's good for Haley to get going.
And as many people have seen who watch the Tigers, you're lucky to see Fleming put up 1 3 a night. A lot of times she'll pass up on a wide open one just to drive in and take that floater, but she's been firing tonight, wasting no time at all. And back to Evans, her last 2 games that she's had, she had a 30-point game and a 28-point game, and she's trying to get active, but it's awesome to see Fleming taking some of that pressure off of her and helping Chapmanville increase this lead as Evans is fouled on her own save, and she will go to the line 4-2.
I mean, it's all about the postseason now, and you know, to be successful in the postseason, it's got to be a team effort. You know, one team in AA, which is a very tough class, is not going to be able to carry you to a state championship. And if you're not trying to seek a state championship, why are you even playing?
Exactly. And that's one thing about this Chapmanville team we've seen throughout the entire season. A lot of these players can score the ball very well, so everyone's able to step up offensively. And we're seeing that here tonight as we get into the chippy part of the season where everything means the world to each player, especially with Chapmanville with a lot of seniors on this roster. As Grimmett drives into the double team baseline, tries to get it up to Akers, bounce around, and Fleming with another steal in transition. Chapmanville has numbers, going straight down the middle, dishes it off to Evans. Evans on the small defender, goes up strong, and an and 1 for Alera Evans, putting Chapmanville up by 17.
A beautiful feed by Haley there, and just like that, the game, which I thought was going to be 6 to 8 points because we are having a good defensive match, and they're up by 17. That's just how quickly it can happen.
Now 19, excuse me. That was my bad. They didn't change the score yet, but now Chapmanville with their first 20-point lead of the contest.
I'm going to have to start checking the scoreboard. You set me up there.
Don't worry, I said 17 too. I acted a little too fast there. I didn't look at the scoreboard prior. But another thing about Fleming that I love about her game, as we see her putting on a scoring display tonight, most of the times Fleming is a strictly pass-first player. But as Smith with a 3 to cut it down to 17 for the Miners, Fleming is a true point guard. Not many players of her caliber today that don't really care if they score, as she goes in for another layup, giving her 14, I believe. And another steal from Fleming, gets that one away as we have a jump ball.
Which should go back to Chapmanville, I think.
And they will stay in possession. But as I was saying, Fleming, not many of her caliber that want to play that role of, I don't care if I score 10 points a game, as long as we win, I want to be efficient. And she makes a lot of great reads and passes that a lot of players in today's age are unable to make.
And, you know, I've watched Haley, refereed her for a very long time, and she has always been that way. She has always wanted to distribute, get in there, get dirty, put her nose in there and do whatever she has to do to help her team win.
As Fleming was looking at another tip out of bounds by Fleming all over the passing lanes today.
She's just a ball magnet tonight, I guess. She's going to get in there and do whatever it takes.
On that last possession, Fleming trying to hit Mahone on the step back, tried to get her to fake the baseline and pop back out, but committed to the cut, and Fleming threw that one out of bounds. Mingo breaking that press once again. Grimmett driving in to Mahone. Pull-up jumper over top, no good. Rebound goes long, and Mahomes will have it, Evans on the break into the hands of Mahomes. Had numbers, but slows it down. Evans unable to get a hold of that one, and it will go back into the hands of the Miners. A lot of fast offense here from both teams in those last two possessions, trying to get it up court. And Mingo's press breaker working really well, but Mahomes quick to cut it off. Grimmett flying by her, goes up, and is fouled hard on the layup attempt, so she will shoot 2.
That will be the third foul in the quarter for Chapmanville, only the first one for Mahomes, so you don't mind that instead of giving up the layup. With a game like this, you really don't want to give a team any kind of momentum, so I think that's a good foul by Jaden there.
That's our first, no good, hard off the back iron, and like you were just saying, definitely want to kill that momentum. If you're going to foul, don't foul to give him an and 1. Don't kill the player, but you definitely want to try everything you can to prevent the shot, because that and 1 would have gave Mingo a whole lot of momentum, as you said. As her second is up and in, and Fleming wasting no time pushing this one back down. Wanted to give that one up to Evans on the back door, but unable to find her.
So far, only 5 free throws shot this whole game, so pretty good defense by both teams. Long rebound there. Mingo going to get out and running.
Evans no good on the 3 attempt from the corner. Mingo on the other side. Smith drops it into Akers. A little bit of contact, no call. Akers smacks it out of the hands of Evans and saves this one. Almost stolen away once again by Chapmanville. Lob pass over into the corner. On the drive is Bradford. Fouled on the layup attempt, so now Bradford will go to the line, and that will put Chapmanville at 4 fouls with 1:20 to go. It's starting to get chippy down there on the block. A lot of bodies flying around.
You love to see it. And you love to see Mingo Central attacking the basket a little bit more. These other girls are trying to get to the rim and score, and that's exactly what they're going to have to be successful.
And that press breaker really becoming efficient for the Miners so far in this contest after they finally figured out what they were going to do as far as splitting the defense. As Chapmanville will take a 30-second timeout, and it looks like Coach Gore is going to try to set up this defense to prevent them from getting inside, which Chapmanville has done a great job in the last few contests they've had. Wouldn't let any team get across the free throw line as far as the ball. It had to stay outside every time because that double team trap was just cutting every lane off and not allowing any cuts. So I'm excited to see what she comes out of this timeout with.
Yeah, we were looking and witnessing two very talented coaches here. I love to see it, two women battling it out. But, you know, they do a good job of recognizing what's going on in the game and, you know, calling timeouts and making adjustments. We saw Coach Smith do that in the first quarter using 2 timeouts, and then Coach Gore going ahead and stopping Mingo Central any kind of momentum that they're getting by taking another timeout there.
And Bradford's second off the back iron, but we have a lane violation on the Miners, so Chapmanville will regain possession.
That's the correct call there. She definitely got in there a little bit early, so.
And some substitutions here for the Miners will be Tiana Bradford and Eva Monroe checking into this contest. And looks like Chapmanville is going to slow this thing down for the final minute, leading by 17. And this is a strategy that Coach Gore goes to a lot here in these contests when they mean a lot or the games are close and they have the lead. So just try to chew some of that clock a little bit on teams that don't want to get up in pressure and try to force them to get up on the offense.
That's smart. And I just heard Mingo Central cheering section over there here to my left. I didn't hear them earlier, but now they're getting into the game.
And Mahone, top of the key, just slowing things down. Back over to Miller. Bounce pass cross court to Fleming. Time ticking down, 35 remaining in the second quarter. Lobs to Blair on the backdoor. Mahone, any other time would have shot that, but they're going to swing this one around the arc and just keep chewing this clock to go into halftime with a big lead. Fleming gives this one up to Mahone. Smith trying to pressure, but no double teams coming from either side. Fleming wide open in the corner on the backdoor. Evans sees her, and a wide open layup for the Tigers. Putting them back up by 19 with 12 to go, but now 10 in the final moments.
So that's what you got to do. I mean, take the layups. They ran a lot of clock, and wow.
Smith with the DP from almost the volleyball line is good. Evans with 1 to go will not put this one up. And for that being said, Chapmanville will have the lead going into halftime, 30-14. And Anitra, just give me your thoughts on that first half and what we've seen. Mingo starting to figure this offense out and are able to break that press a little bit more, but Chapmanville quick to answer back and keep the offense rolling, getting easy baskets. So what do you think we're going to see in the second half?
Well, first of all, in the second half, I expect Mingo to come out and be a little bit more aggressive on the defensive end. So, you know, offense looks good, and, you know, I think they were a little bit shell-shocked there with the defensive pressure that Chapmanville came out with. So I think they're going to have to come out and put a little bit of pressure on the ball themselves. They're down in the hole, and they cannot just lay back and let Chapmanville do whatever they want to do. And actually, I expect Chapmanville to make some adjustments on defense as well. You know, we saw in the second quarter there that they came out of the press, but they still were aggressive, and they were able to get some steals. So offensively, Mingo Central is going to have to be more aggressive in attacking the basket. Chapmanville is not really in foul trouble. Daisy has 2, Haley with 1, Jaden with 1, and Alera with 1. So they're kind of really going to have to force their hand on offense, Mingo Central, and also pick up the pressure on defense. Chapmanville, I expect them to do what Chapmanville does. Continue with the screens, attacking the basket when it's open, and continuing to knock down the 3 points. So whoever's more successful at what they do, they're going to be successful here at the end of this game. Mingo Central in a big hole, so it's going to be tough for them, but I've seen crazier things before.
And I couldn't agree more with you on everything you just said, because a lot of adjustments got to be made from both teams to prevent anyone from either taking the lead or just creating a comeback at all. So with that being said, we will be right back here with the second half of action on Mountain Dreams Media after this halftime break.
Vote Butcher for judge in the newly combined Logan Mingo circuit. Joshua Butcher and his wife Jamie Dempsey Butcher love basketball, and they love cheering on the local teams. Every March, Josh and his family enjoy watching Southern West Virginia basketball dominate the state tournament. Let's do it again this year, and remember, vote Butcher for judge. Paid for by the committee to elect Joshua Butcher, Merle Dempsey, treasurer.
Are you looking to find the right home for your family, or are you wanting to list your property? With over 80 years of collective experience in serving Southern West Virginia, there is no one better to trust than Hometown Real Estate. We're knowledgeable in market trends and can assist you in finding buyers or sellers. Please reach out to our home office at 304-752-5570 or contact one of our professional sales representatives.
When looking for that special place for your next event, you might want to consider the Logan Country Club. You won't find a more beautiful setting or better service than right here locally. The Logan Country Club, located in Chapmanville, offers a wide variety of services such as weddings, parties, business meetings, and catering. They have a spectacular golf course for those who enjoy a day of golf. The Logan Country Club is always excited to welcome new members at any time. The Sunday lunch buffet is open every Sunday from noon till 3. So come out and enjoy some of the finest home-cooked meals in Logan County, right here at the Logan Country Club. Shayna O'Brien Thompson is seeking your vote for circuit judge for Logan and Mingo counties in May 2024 for one of 2 Logan seats. Vote Shayna O'Brien Thompson, your choice for a fair, respectful, working circuit judge. Paid for by the committee to elect Shayna O'Brien Thompson.
Hi, I'm Chris White.
And I'm Stephen Wolf. And for the last 10 years, Wolf White & Associates have been representing clients injured in motor vehicle wrecks, medical negligence, wrongful terminations, social security disability, and real estate closings and transactions. We've recovered over $10 million in verdicts and settlements and over $10 million in real estate closings. So, when you need a win, give your local law team a call.
Judge Sabrina Deskins would appreciate your vote this upcoming election to be held in May. Judge Deskins is running for circuit judge in the newly formed 11th Circuit, which combines Logan and Mingo counties. Judge Deskins has 10 years judicial experience and the only candidate with years of experience in both Logan and Mingo counties. Vote Judge Deskins, the right choice for Logan and Mingo Circuit Court, paid for by the candidate. Giovanni's of Logan. Visit the newly renovated restaurant and convenient drive-thru. It is the Italian place to be. Call today 304-752-9030 or check out their specials online at giovannislogan.com. Vote Butcher for judge in the newly combined Logan-Mingo circuit. Joshua Butcher and his wife Jamie Dempsey Butcher love basketball and they love cheering on the local teams. Every March, Josh and his family enjoy watching Southern West Virginia basketball dominate the state tournament. Let's do it again this year, and remember, vote Butcher for judge, paid for by the committee to elect Joshua Butcher, Merle Dempsey, treasurer.
Are you looking to find the right home for your family, or are you wanting to list your property? With over 80 years of collective experience in serving Southern West Virginia, there is no one better to trust than Hometown Real Estate. We're knowledgeable in market trends and can assist you in finding buyers or sellers. Please reach out to our home office at 304-752-5570 or contact one of our professional sales representatives.
When looking for that special place for your next event, you might want to consider the Logan Country Club. You won't find a more beautiful setting or better service than right here locally. The Logan Country Club, located in Chapmanville, offers a wide variety of services such as weddings, parties, business meetings, and catering. They have a spectacular golf course for those who enjoy a day of golf. The Logan Country Club is always excited to welcome new members at any time. The Sunday lunch buffet is open every Sunday from noon till 3. So come out and enjoy some of the finest home-cooked meals in Logan County, right here at the Logan Country Club. Shayna O'Brien Thompson is seeking your vote for circuit judge for Logan and Mingo counties in May 2024 for one of 2 Logan seats. Vote Shayna O'Brien Thompson, your choice for a fair, respectful, working circuit judge. Paid for by the committee to elect Shayna O'Brien Thompson.
Hi, I'm Chris White.
And I'm Stephen Wolf. And for the last 10 years, Wolf White & Associates have been representing clients injured in motor vehicle wrecks, medical negligence, wrongful termination, social security disability, and real estate closings and transactions. We've recovered over $10 million in verdicts and settlements and over $10 million in real estate closings. So, when you need a win, give your local law team a call.
Judge Sabrina Deskins would appreciate your vote this upcoming election to be held in May. Judge Deskins is running for circuit judge in the newly formed 11th Circuit, which combines Logan and Mingo counties. Judge Deskins has 10 years judicial experience and the only candidate with years of experience in both Logan and Mingo counties. Vote Judge Deskins, the right choice for Logan and Mingo Circuit Court, paid for by the candidate. Giovanni's of Logan. Visit the newly renovated restaurant and convenient drive-thru. It is the Italian place to be. Call today 304-752-9030 or check out their specials online at giovannislogan.com. Vote Butcher for judge in the newly combined Logan Mingo Circuit. Joshua Butcher and his wife Jamie Dempsey Butcher love basketball and they love cheering on the local teams. Every March, Josh and his family enjoy watching Southern West Virginia basketball dominate the state tournament. Let's do it again this year, and remember, vote Butcher for judge, paid for by the committee to elect Joshua Butcher, Merle Dempsey treasurer.
Are you looking to find the right home for your family, or are you wanting to list your property? With over 80 years of collective experience in serving Southern West Virginia, there is no one better to trust than Hometown Real Estate. We're knowledgeable in market trends and can assist you in finding buyers or sellers. Please reach out to our home office at 304-7.
And welcome back for the second half of action here in the Danny Gobby Gymnasium between the Chapmanville Regional High School Lady Tigers and the Mingo Central High School Lady Miners. Chapmanville leading Mingo 30-14. Kyle Spalding on play-by-play here, joined by Anitra Ellis as the Miners quick to get that one started off with a layup for Grimmett.
And that's exactly what they're going to have this have quick baskets, and on return they can't continue to give up easy baskets or any kind of baskets for Chapmanville. They're going to have to go on a run to keep themselves in this game. And
try their best to avoid that trap from Chapmanville. As we see, it was very efficient there on the backdoor cut from Grimmett, and Chapmanville looking to get this offense going.
Chapmanville's going to be very patient, and they're going to only take good shots. They're really high out here, almost to half court running their offense. They're not going to rush anything. They have a 14-point lead.
And I agree with you on that. I think they're going to slow this thing down as we see a lot of ball movement, swinging that one for far in the corner. 3 no good. Rebound tipped out by Evans into the hands of Akers, and the Miners got this one. No press from Chapmanville off the rebound. Chapmanville going to let them get back in their offensive setup as Miller one-on-one with Smith. Kicks this one over to Grimmett. Screen coming from Akers out into the hands of Bradford. Back out to Smith. Corner is a wide open Grimmett. Pulls it over top of Fleming, but no good. And Evans with the strong rebound will push this one out, give it up to Fleming, and Chapmanville will slow this ball back down.
No rush, no rush. They still got to look to attack, though. I've seen it come back to bite teams when they try to take the ball, air out of the ball a little bit too early. So I still look for them to attack.
And completely different from what we've seen from Chapmanville in previous games, as well as that first half. Nothing but transition offense almost every play down, but the setup offense here has worked so far and as controlling momentum. And that one stolen away, though, from Bradford into the hands of Akers, and Smith right side of the court, crossing half, lob pass into the paint for Bradford, just loose it, but rebound is saved, and the floater coming from Jaden Bailey, no good.
Got a foul here. I think it's going to go against Mingo Central, but.
And it will be on Bradford for the Miners, so Chapmanville will take possession. Excuse me, earlier I pronounced the name wrong. It's Carissa Bradford. And it will be a 30-second timeout from the Miners. So we're going to keep it here on Mountain Dreams Media. And Anitra, from that first half of play, from what we saw earlier to the 2 minutes of this third quarter, what's the comparison of play that we've seen from both teams? It looks like both offenses have just flip-flopped in their game plan.
I completely agree. It's like, I don't know, it's a little bit, the energy's a little bit different here. I mean, even with the crowd and everything, everything's just kind of slowed down. Mingo's trying to push, and they've got some really good shots here to start the second half. Missed a layup there, but Chapmanville, I can tell because Haley had a layup there, and they threw it back out. I know they're looking to run some clock here early on. So,
and I can't blame them with the lead they have, but run as much clock as you want. You've still got to score when Mingo's trying to push a comeback here. So
absolutely. It'd be interesting to see how this shakes out.
I'm excited to see how this game continues as Fleming will inbound here for the Tigers, and Mingo pressing here. Teams have completely flipped both offensively and defensively. Miller gives this one up to Fleming, splitting past the defender, flying in, gives it up to Farley, and Farley will back this one back out to the left corner, find Mahone wide open. Evans just got in her way, but still able to finish over top of the defender, putting Chapmanville back up by 16.
And here they come with the press again. So,
and it looks like Chapmanville saw that press on the other end and wasn't too happy about it, so they're going to get back into their own. Miller quick to switch back on to Smith. A running three-pointer from Smith. A shot you don't see from too many players to have the confidence to shoot, but almost falls. No good. Rebounded by Chapmanville. Miller one-on-one. Slows it down out to Mahone. Wide open three for Jaden Mahone at the top. Just rattles out for the Tigers. And Evans blocks the pass into the hands of Farley. Back to Fleming on the cut for an and one. And Chapmanville starting to roll back into that offensive scheme they had early on and becoming more efficient as this third quarter develops.
And Haley, that's actually her 19th point of the game. She had 17 points in the first half. So Haley's got it rolling tonight.
And now she has her 20-point ball game with 5 minutes and 19 to go. And like we've said, not a player that we see getting higher digits so far, but 20 points already early on in this contest with a lot of time still to go.
Yeah, and Chapmanville back with the pressure, which I expected to see. So we'll see what Mingo Central can do with this. Another Smith three, and she got it that time.
And both of those threes, the first one running forward, but that one jumping forward. That's a hard shot to make for players that don't know, trying to come down and shoot it over a defender while moving, and nothing but net there for Smith.
Yeah, you can tell she's used to shooting those shots because the first one missed, but it wasn't off by a lot.
And Fleming one-on-one with Grimmett. Crowd getting into this one, clapping this Tigers team up and trying to get them hype. Mahone off the screen from Evans. Euro step inside, splits two defenders and good. And that's a move that we see Mahone go to a lot in these games. Evans sets the screen. They want to guard that roll, hits that Euro step and gets wide open as another steal coming from Fleming and a foul on the Miners. That foul will be on Jaden Bailey.
That's her first foul, but I think that's 3 team fouls for this half already, so Mingo got to be careful. They pick the pressure up. That's 3 fouls already. They only have 1 more to give, and then Chapmanville's going to be in the bonus for the rest of the third quarter.
And especially with an 18-point lead, if you're Mingo, that's something you really can't afford at this time.
Yeah, you don't want them scoring without the time running off the clock. So.
And Fleming loses that one, tries to throw it into the corner for Evans, and it's smacked out of bounds by Miners have a sub here, and it will be Tiana Bradford checking into the game and quick to knock that one out of bounds, but Evans off the inbound from Farley, spins And looks like she was going to drop that one off to Mahone on the cut, but a strong finish there from Evans.
I think I got the name wrong. I think that's Jenna Bradford. I wrote that down wrong.
All good, as that one is
knocked away by Haley, and it goes all out of bounds off Haley. Mingo Central wanted a foul, and I kind of agree with them there. A lot of contact, but no foul called, so it's no foul.
And as Fleming falls into the Mingo Central bench, student section giving her a little bit of words there, but unfazed as the fadeaway three coming from Smith, no good. Rebounded by Akers, goes up strong, no good. Rebound fought for into the hands of Mahomes. Everybody grabbing a hold of Mahomes, and it will be a foul on Mingo.
Maybe a jump ball. I think
I think it was a jump ball. He was quick to call it. He didn't throw any numbers up, but I didn't see the thumbs go up. So,
yeah.
Excuse me on that one. But Chapmanville going the other way with 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining and up by 20, 39-19. The Tigers lead. The Miners. Farley in the corner to Mahone at the elbow. Back at the Miller. Miller drives inside, splits the double team. A hard hit there from the defender, but no call on the play for a foul, but he will call a travel. So
Mingo Central really starting to swarm the ball and get that ball pressure that we talked about they had to have, and you love to see it. Go down fighting, and you never know what may happen.
And
lose the ball there, but they get it back.
I'm really shocked there was no call on that one. We've seen a few bump fouls called, and that was probably the roughest one we've seen, but it will be a travel. Mingo will take possession as Smith driving into the defender and didn't see a lot of contact there. Referees signaling that she pushed off with her forearm, but I think that might have been a makeup call for that last one.
I've definitely seen those before, and I would have to agree with you there. But I don't know. It's getting interesting here. Everybody's starting to pep back up,
Crowd's a whole lot more into it from the start of this half as Evans going in strong, no good, and another rebound for Addie Smith. Fakes going back, splits two defenders, screen coming from Mingo. And the screen from Akers, pull up three over top of Mahone, no good. A little bit of contact, but no call. Evans with the rebound.
Addie's having to work very hard for every single shot. I mean, she's getting nothing easy.
And the bounce pass from almost half court by Alara Evans into the hands of Hannah Miller with her first 2 points, and that's another player we don't see typically take a lot of shots, but the wide open layup can't pass that one up. And Chapmanville now up by 22, make that 20 after Delaney Grimmett's layup is good with contact. And Coach Christina Gore is going to push this one up because the defense isn't set up. Evans on the three, no good, gets her own rebound, drives into the heart of the defense, goes up over every defender, no call.
And nobody rebounded the ball there. Everybody just watched the ball. I don't know that I've seen that too many times.
And Mahone with the save ends back up into the hands of Fleming, and she will drive right by the defender to give her 22 points in tonight's contest. And Chapmanville a 22-point lead. So
Daisy's got to be careful. She's got 2 fouls.
And from double screen coming there, gets Addie Smith wide open on the drive for an easy layup, cutting that lead to 20. And now Chapmanville up 43-23 with 1:35 to go. And just to discuss, Fleming with 22 of Chapmanville's 43. She's been on fire from everywhere tonight as she kicks this one out to Mahomes, fakes the shot, out to Evans. Evans wide open but doesn't take that one.
And she just pushed her right into her, and I don't know, that's weird.
No call. Into the corner for a wide open Daisy Farley three off the front iron and rebounded by Grimmett for Mingo Central.
Addie Smith's starting to cook a little bit. She averages 23.5 points. She's number 5 in West Virginia, and she's at 15 points right now.
And looks like the fans wanted to see the double dribble called, and a mean block coming from Jaden Mahone and the stare down.
That's what Jaden does. I think she averages at least 4 or 5 blocks a game. So Chapmanville, I mean, they're also a very stout defensive team as well as they are offense.
And the pep section here for the Tigers wasting no time letting Mingo Central hear about how that block was as she gets
Jaden,
another block.
Again. I mean, just in there snatching stuff.
And another thing about Chapmanville, they're a taller girls team. You don't see a lot of teams have as much height as Chapmanville does, but it creates a lot of pressure for teams that are trying to get inside, as Fleming's pull-up jumper is no good and another tie-up, and that will go back into the possession of Mingo Central.
And nobody's going to complain about Haley taking that shot because she has 22 points in this game so far.
And usually anything free throw line and closer is always good from Fleming, so a very efficient shot for her on that pull-up. As Smith trying to split every defender with a little bit of time left in this contest, and that will be stripped out of bounds by Farley, so Mingo will stay in possession with 31.6 to go in the third.
You know, I think Mingo Central kind of struggles with ball handling, and that's really what's giving them a lot of trouble tonight, is they can't push the ball when they need to. And Addie, you know, if she's dribbling the ball, she's having a hard time getting shots for herself just because nobody else can create and dish, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely having a struggle here because Smith clearly the only ball handler that's confident enough to try to split this defense and go through these traps. And she's dribbled around every single defender on Chapmanville's squad.
Bang, Addie Smith, 17 points.
And pulls a tough shot.
She worked hard for that one.
On the baseline. Had the ball for about 20 seconds there, ran through every single Chapmanville defender and was still able to create on the pull-up as Farley getting one right back, bounces off front iron at the last second and knocks that one down to put Chapmanville back up by 20. Chapmanville leading Mingo Central 45-25 at the end of the third. And after a quick break here on Mountain Dreams Media, we will be right back with the final quarter of play.
Sabrina Deskins would appreciate your vote this upcoming election to be held in May. Judge Deskins is running for circuit judge in the newly formed 11th Circuit, which combines Logan and Mingo counties. Judge Deskins has 10 years judicial experience and the only candidate with years of experience in both Logan and Mingo counties. Vote Judge Deskins, the right choice for Logan and Mingo Circuit Court, paid for by the candidate. Giovanni's of Logan. Visit the newly renovated restaurant and convenient drive-thru. It is the Italian place to be. Call today 304-752-9030 or check out their specials online at giovannislogan.com.
And welcome back to Mountain Dreams Media. Kyle Spalding here on play-by-play, joined by Anitra Ellis. And in this contest, in the final quarter of play, Chapmanville leading Mingo Central 45-25. And Anitra, going into this final quarter, if you're Mingo, what do you got to do to get back into this game? And for Chapmanville, what do you got to do to contain this lead as Miller's floater is off the mark?
Well, Mingo's got to get some rebounds. They got to get rebounds. They got to play one-shot offense, and you know, they got to get something going on offense. And they're running out of time here. 7:43 left, and 20 points is a lot of time to make up. But with the way Addie Smith can get hot, if she can get open, I'm not going to say it's not possible.
And Smith coming off the screen over to Grimmett, wide open on the left wing, no good. And Evans with the rebound, fought for.
And she got pushed in the back there. They don't see it. She got fouled again there.
Splits both defenders into Farley. Back in the hands of Evans. Goes up strong, no good. Miller with the rebound. And that one tipped out of bounds by Mingo. And like you said, Evans got bumped the entire way up the court and in the paint once she got down there, but no call on any of them.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration shown by Mingo Central there. I've been there before. They just got to keep going after it. And, you know, you don't want to do anything crazy because, like I said, there is another game after this. That's the beauty of this new setup that I would have loved to have when I was in high school. You know, you make it to the sectional championship and you are going to go to regionals. This is one of the toughest regions in the state, though, for AA girls basketball. You got Summers County and Wyoming East on the other side, I believe.
A very competitive bracket. It's always kind of been that way with the Cardinal Conference and these teams, both men's and women's. They've always had a lot of competition to play in most years throughout the last, ever since basketball's been a thing, really, we've seen competition in those conferences. As the drive there coming from Mingo, it is Grimmett on the drive, and she is fouled, so she will shoot two here for the Miners. And Mingo quick to get inside and attack that basket and try to draw contact. And like you said earlier, if they want to get back in this game, it's going to be drawing fouls, trying to get in that bonus quick and putting pressure on Chapmanville instead of holding the ball and just only going through Smith every play like they have in a lot of possessions so far. As Grimmett, no good on the first, but knocks down the second, cutting that lead to 19 for Chapmanville, and Fleming has no one to inbound to. Lobs it out to Evans. Smith almost steals that one, pops it up. Fleming triple teamed. 4 people on one offensive player for the Tigers. Up to Miller. Miller into Evans. Euro steps by the defender, goes up strong and puts that one in.
Alara Evans, that's just what she does. And she's at 13 points now for the game. And, you know, she's done a lot, though, with her passes and rebounding the ball and also good defense.
And no call on the moving screen. Knocks Miller down. Shot no good. Rebound Paul for. Whoa! And we have elbow thrown to Evans.
And they're going to call a double, but I do not agree with that at all because that girl definitely instigated that and got her on the other end of the floor. So I don't agree with that, but they called it.
And both crowds getting into this one heavy. And the Mingo fans clapping it up for that call, but I don't know if I would be clapping about a player getting a tech with the lead that Chapmanville has currently in this contest.
Yeah, that was wild because that was definitely instigated by 24. She ran into her on the last play. Like I said, it was frustration, and then she definitely shoved her there on that one. But it's hard. I referee. You can't always see it, but
and just a lot right there that happened is Chapmanville pushing this one up. Evans wide open at the top of the key, and she's going to try to answer back to that tech with a 3, but it rattles out. Rebound saved by Blair, and it is good for Chapmanville. And to go back to that last possession, after the push to the face of Evans, you've got to give props. Even though the double technical was called, Evans, no emotion whatsoever, didn't get frustrated, just let it go and stayed calm, preventing herself from potentially getting thrown out of the next game because another foul on either player, and they'll be unable to play in their next contest in regionals. And Miller with the rebound and a push in the back, and this thing is starting to get chippy here late.
Yeah, you don't like to see this because, as I said, there's going to be basketball next week for people, and, you know, it's just not a good look. I've been there before, though, but your team's going to need you. Your team is definitely going to need you, and you know, where she can, maybe Coach Gore may want to think about subbing some of these kids out of here till they cool off. So, you know, because it's hard to get pushed like that. And
we've seen here below the bench, too, Coach Gore and Coach Smith having some words with each other on both or from opposite sides of the bench. As the lob pass from Blair into the hands of Evans is good over top of Grimmett, putting Chapmanville up by 25 now. And you got a lot of frustration coming into these games, especially with Chapmanville's lead that they have in this contest. When you're trailing down in a big game like this and you've had a few moments where you thought you were going to come back and you start to get a little aggravated at how the game's going, that's when things start getting fired up because you're competitive. You don't want to lose that game. You get a little angry, and we're starting to see that here late.
Yeah, I mean, even though you're going to be playing next week, you definitely want to win this game because when you win, that secures home court, you know, and it's hard. It's going to be hard playing elsewhere, but, you know, basketball is all about matchups, and you know, you can't go in with your head down. You just got to prepare to win another game. And all it takes is one, and you're in Charleston.
Exactly. And Smith right here, top of the key, behind the back, over into the hands up. Grimmett has Akers on the backdoor, but doesn't hit her. Smith with a deep 3, no good. Rebounded by Fleming. As she falls, just loses her footing. Didn't see any body contact on that one there. So Mingo will take possession.
Yeah, maybe stepped on a foot or something, but nothing malicious or any, you know, kind of foul there. So I agree with that one. So.
And Coach Smith will take a full timeout. So as they take their timeout, we will take a quick break here on Mountain Dreams Media and be right back with the final 4 minutes and 48 seconds of this contest. Stay tuned.
Butcher for judge in the newly combined Logan Mingo circuit. Joshua Butcher and his wife Jamie Dempsey Butcher love basketball, and they love cheering on the local teams. Every March, Josh and his family enjoy watching Southern West Virginia basketball dominate the state tournament. Let's do it again this year, and remember, vote Butcher for judge. Paid for by the committee to elect Joshua Butcher, Merle Dempsey, treasurer.
Are you looking to find the right home for your family, or are you wanting to list your property? With over 80 years of collective experience in serving Southern West Virginia, there is no one better to trust than Hometown Real Estate. We're knowledgeable in market trends and can assist you in finding buyers or sellers. Please reach out to our home office at 304-752-5570 or contact one of our professional sales representatives.
And we are back here on Mountain Dreams Media. This is Kyle Spalding on play-by-play, joined by Anitra Ellis for the final moments of this contest. The Chapmanville Regional High School Lady Tigers leading the Mingo Central High School Lady Miners 51-26. As a little bit of conversation here between the referees. Not sure what this is about, but
I think it's a possession, whose ball it was going to be.
And it should be Mingo ball. Fleming was called for a travel before Mingo took that timeout, so Mingo will stay in possession here. Down by 25 with 4:40 to go. Smith coming off the screen, a beautiful snatch back, draws the defender off, sends Fleming sliding, and the three is good from Smith. And that might be the fire they needed to come out of that timeout and get this offense rolling. Mahone wide open pull-up jump shot, rattles out, and the rebound for the Miners going into the hands of Bailey. And Smith off the screen, and wasn't a moving screen called on Monroe there for Mingo. Just set the screen, and Miller, a smaller defender, ran into it and put both her arms out and shoved Miller a little bit. And when you're as small as Miller, something like that kind of sends you a little bit farther than most players. So easy one to spot for the referee, so Chapmanville will take possession.
And I think Addie's up to 20 points right now, but I got to give Hannah Miller some props. She's done an excellent job defending. She's got rocked a few times on screens. I mean, it's not been an easy game for her, keeping up with Addie Smith, who's very shifty and crafty, and she's done a great job. Another pushing foul there, and Mingo's going. Yeah, that's double bonus there. I think that's 5 fouls.
And that's another one on Monroe, and I believe you're correct. That should be 5.
I think that's her 3rd foul as well.
And they didn't put there was definitely 3 before those last 2, but they didn't put it on the clock, so not in the bonus yet. Evans' first 3, no good. Rebound smacked out by Farley into the hands of Grimmett for the Miners. And Jaden Mahone with the steal on the bounce pass, putting that one in for Chapmanville.
That's just called being in the right place at the right time. Jaden Mahone.
And a great play. Chapmanville now up by 24. Smith trying every way to get open here for Mingo and just get shots up. Looks like Miller was wanting that double team from Farley, but Farley not leaving her player. So the floater over top of Mahone by Akers, no good. And that one tipped out of bounds by Mingo Central. Chapmanville will take possession. And got to be honest, that looked like it was out on Farley there. So not sure what the referee saw that we couldn't from our angle, but Chapmanville has it. Farley back to Fleming. Already splitting that press and having numbers. Evans over to Mahone, going into Grimmett. Goes in strong, but Grimmett with the block.
That was a good block. And Addie Smith has been smothered all night by this Chapmanville defense. Mingo Central with some numbers here. They got the pass out too late.
And the fans letting it be known they're not happy with the way of Mingo's play right now. And like you said, Bailey was wide open on that block for a long time, just dribbling with the head down, couldn't see her, and pass comes in late, unable to get a hold of that one. So Chapmanville taking this one back the other way. Evans to Mahone, wide open in the corner, doesn't shoot it, drives baseline past Akers, finds Evan out top, fakes the shot, goes through the defense, Euro step, a little bit of contact.
Got a late call there, but I think it's the right call, foul on the drive.
I agree. It definitely grabbed a hold of her arm when she went up. I was waiting for the whistle to blow, and that will be a shooting foul on Akers. So Evans will go to the line for 2 and look to put Chapmanville up by 26 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining.
And from here on out, Chapmanville shooting. So it's going to be hard for Mingo to make any leadway here, which, I mean, Captain Obvious, it's 54-29. Mingo needs to get something going here to get them motivated for next game. It's not over. They got regionals.
Yeah, definitely not over for either team, as both teams will go on to play. But Chapmanville, if they walk away with this one, will have home court advantage. Mingo will be traveling to play their opponent. Evans is good on both free throws, and Blair checks into the game for the Tigers, giving Jaden Mahone a break. Smith trying to get by Miller, but Miller
Beautiful
quick to
pass.
pressure.
Beautiful pass.
Got to finish that one if you're Mingo, though. Like you said, great pass, but unable to put that one through the hoop. Farley bounced past to Evans over the small defender, and another foul coming on Monroe. And the last player on this team that you want to send to the line is Evans, and she's very efficient from the charity stripe. So got to limit those fouls, especially if you're trying to make a comeback in the later part of this game. I think I jinxed her there. The first one is off the mark.
She's up to 18 points. I mean, a quiet 18 points, I feel like, because she's just got it in spurts here and there, but that's hilarious. She's efficient. She's going to get her buckets.
As the second one falls for Evans, Chapmanville now up by 27 with 2:30 to go. And Miller, the only one full court pressing here. No press from Chapmanville, but she's man-to-man full court with Smith. Not giving her anything, and you've got to give props to Miller. Not only has she played great defense, but she's played almost this entire contest.
She is ready for this. She was prepared for this. She ran cross country this year. She doesn't even look tired to me, but I mean, she's just a tremendous athlete, and she's really given her team everything that they've needed from her tonight and more.
As J.C. Blair fouling Jaden Bailey on that layup attempt. Bailey good on the first. And like you said, Miller doesn't look tired at all. Hasn't leaned over, held her chest, tried to gain her breath back. Just 90 miles per hour. It's like she's running on batteries tonight, and they were fully charged.
Absolutely.
As the second one falls for Bailey, 2 for 2 from the line. And Fleming finding Miller wide open. Just short on the layup attempt. Saved by Blair. Back to Miller. Farley wants that three so bad, but can't get a hold of it in time. Euro step from Fleming over the defender, just short. A little bit of contact, but no call on the body. And so Smith going the other way for the Miners with under 2 minutes to go. Drives inside over Miller, lob pass inside to Akers, goes up high off the glass, and it will drop for Mingo Central.
That's the kind of things you want to see. Them, Addie making those passes and completing those plays. They're going to need that.
And after the ball smacked around by a few different players, couldn't get a hold of it. Miller grabs it, and it will go into the hands of Farley. And with 1:30, it looks like Chapmanville's going to try to chew this clock out and go home with a victory here. Or stay at home with a victory, excuse me. As Evans with the ball now, left side hash. And Coach Smith screaming at the players to get up and guard, then foul. Finally, the foul coming there from Akers, but like we said with that new rule, already in the double bonus, so it doesn't matter. They will shoot 2 regardless, and with 1:17, that's the last thing you need from Chapmanville, already up by 23.
Yeah, Laird's got a good possibility to pile them up here if they keep fouling like this.
As the first off the front of the rim, and the chants coming in from the student section. Always hated that chant more than anything in high school.
Oh, so salty. You know, you're losing, you're already angry and just frustrated, and they come with the goodbye cheer.
As Evans, good on the second, putting Chapmanville up by 24. And for the first time tonight, we will see Tally Smith looking to check in for the Tigers. Evans, Hezzies, goes through 2 screens. Chapmanville double teaming off of that. Farley pressuring her now instead of Miller. Wants to give it back to her as Grimmett will find Smith. And Smith just going to try to create. Pushes into Miller, into the double team, into Akers, and Fleming with a steal. One-on-one in transition with Smith.
No
Goes
other than
into her.
Haley.
And Smith doesn't want to give her an and one on that, being the taller player on the drive. So
Smart play, smart play.
Fleming is good on the layup attempt, putting Chapmanville up 26 with 35 to go. And can't say it's over yet, but we're seeing Chapmanville put all their subs in and up by 26 with 25 to go as Smith chucks a tough one over top of Miller and knocks it down, cutting that lead to 23. And Chapmanville will take a timeout and go out of this timeout with a completely new lineup. And the Chapmanville crowd starting to let it be heard inside the Danny Gabi Gymnasium. Looks like Chapmanville will be playing at home in regionals.
It looks like Taylor's in the game. I see Dixie. I see Jessica there. And we got Savannah Kurt and Megan Brown.
Full lineup here for Chapmanville with 13 to go. Over into the hands, tries to throw it over to Dixie Mans, but
And
that one will go out of
it
bounds.
almost killed Haley. Haley wasn't expecting that. That's the one time she wasn't expecting the ball and on the ball tonight.
As she's expected it all night. They've been a great offensive player for Chapmanville, creating many baskets as well as opportunities for other players. As Smith going to try to get some more points on the board here. Lobs it over to Bailey to end the tide here, putting Chapmanville up by 21 to end the game. And so with that being said, Chapmanville walks away with this one with a hefty victory. 21-point win for the Tigers, 59-38. The Chapmanville Regional High School Lady Tigers defeat the Mingo Central High School Lady Miners. So Chapmanville will host the regional contest next week, and Mingo will hit the road to face off in their regional contest. And to wrap this thing up for the night, I just want to thank you, Anitra. This has been a great time calling this game with you, and just give me your thoughts on the game. And I want to hear your player of the game from both teams and just some feedback of what both teams did well in this game and what they need to improve on going into their next matchup.
All right, first off, I got to say, Amanda from Fort Dix, New Jersey, your dad said to tell you hello. Hopefully you were watching the broadcast tonight, and hopefully you enjoyed hearing Kyle and I. But this game, really from the start, was just Chapmanville, Chapmanville, Chapmanville. Or I guess I should say Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. Chapmanville came out with a pressure defense. They got some steals, were not able to capitalize at first on the steals and some of the shots being knocked down, but that's to be expected in a game like this. But really, there's nothing else that you can say. The defense became offense. They did a good job at containing Addie Smith. She probably ended up with 25 or 26 points, but a lot of those came in the fourth quarter when the game was already out of reach. So for a team like Chapmanville that's known for their offense, I thought they done an excellent job at playing defense tonight, and that's really what pushed them to the victory. Mingo Central, they struggled. I mean, this is not something people really say usually, but I think Mingo Central struggled with handling the ball. Addie Smith is an excellent ball handler, and she gets everywhere all over the floor. But whenever you have double teams coming at you, it's very hard for you to create your own shot. You cannot create your own shot. You have to have somebody that's going to be able to penetrate and dish as they're setting screens and like that, stuff like that, so she can get an open shot. But Addie Smith, still an incredible player, and I look for Mingo Central to make some adjustments and come out and try to get to Charleston as well. But for Mingo Central, of course, your player of the game is no other than Addie Smith. I mean, you can't pick anybody else. Let's see, she had 23 points there, I think. Really pretty even both halves. She still scored. It's just that she had to work really, really hard for those points. And, you know, player of the game for Chapmanville, I could say probably co-players of the game with Alara Evans and Haley Fleming, but I really kind of got to push toward Haley because Haley really got it going in that first half. And for me, I'm a defensive player. It's not really all about points, but she got the defense going. She capitalized on some easy buckets, and then she knocked shots down too. I mean, she really knocked the shots down. She took advantage of whatever the defense was giving her with the floater or with the three-point shot. And, you know, just wherever the ball was at on defense, she was there. She had her hands on the ball, getting steals, knocking passes out of bounds. She was just a nuisance all night for Mingo Central on both ends of the floor. So, I mean, I look for Chapmanville to build off of this. They're definitely going to have an advantage coming here. I look for the Tigers to pack the gym next week as they host, I think, either Wyoming East or Summers County. And I look for them to really push to get to Charleston. It's been a while since they got to Charleston. You know, there's nothing more that I would love to see for Coach Gore and the Tigers to get to Charleston. And Mingo Central as well. We want them to get there too. They're from, you know, our area, but it's going to be tough for them, but I don't think it's impossible.
I could not agree more. Great recap of that game right there because we've seen both teams tried everything they could. Chapmanville just walks away with that one. Great defensive pressure on both sides, and Mingo just struggling to get through that. But I look for Mingo to make adjustments going into the next game and be prepared to break a press if one of the teams they face on the road throws that at them, as we see Chapmanville here standing at half courts or receiving their sectional championship trophy. And I've called most of their games this season. It's been a blast, and I can't wait to call the regional next week. But Got to give a little side note here for many that don't know. Head coach Christina Gore was actually my homeroom teacher and history teacher in 7th grade. So it's awesome to see her where she's at now. That was at Logan, of course, at the time, but now here at Chapmanville doing such a great job with this program. And you can see all the fans here at Chapmanville, her players. Everybody loves Coach Gore and the things she's done with this team and what she's brought out of, like, everything of this program. She's just done such a great job.
She is a basketball mind, but she also has a lot of basketball minds around her and people who have played the game. But Coach Gore is not only good, for the basketball the basketball team and being on the court. She does a lot of things for the basketball community and Chapmanville period, not just the girls, but the boys as well. And getting the students involved and, just making really a community thing. And I'm so very happy for her. I consider her a friend. And I really hope that they can get it done next week, and those girls get to experience it, especially for their seniors. Alara Evans, senior, she has a ton of offers. I don't think that she's committed to anybody yet, but this will be big for her as well. I think if they make it to Charleston, I think that she would even get even more offers. And right now she could pick anywhere, but I think she'll see even more offers from different schools and stuff. And so it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out.
Couldn't agree more with you there, Anitra. And with that being said, we're going to wrap this thing up here on Mountain Dreams Media. I just want to say thank you so much for calling this game with me. 9 times out of 10, I'm usually calling these things alone. It's been such a pleasure to do this with you. I had a great time. Absolutely,
me too. And I guess we'll end it with Tiger, Tiger, Tiger.
Yeah, Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. It's hard to say, but I will say it. Tiger, Tiger, Tigers. They advance to play at home next week in the regional championship. And Mingo hitting the road to play in their game during regionals. And just want to say thank you to our cameraman and our producer here, Brennan Goff. You've done a great job tonight. And that will wrap things up. Once again, your final score of the contest, the Chapmanville Regional High School Lady Tigers defeat Mingo Central High School Lady Miners 59-38. And we will see you next week for the regional championship.